you do or don't do. But I think that we need to stop and realize and understand, because you hate the evil, because you're intolerant of all of this evil that's going on, because you hold to what Christ said and walk in a narrow way, because you refuse to compromise your belief, because you refuse to compromise what God has told you, isn't a reason to shut your mouth, isn't a reason to sit down and let it go on. It's a reason to stand up for the gospel. If we would really do what we are supposed to do, again, these words that they want to throw at us should just give us incentive. We can use them. We can really use them. When you understand it, you can really, they're an opportunity to witness. When someone calls you intolerant, you can take that and, yes, I am intolerant of evil. Let me tell you why. I am intolerant of what you're doing, and I will tell you why. Because this is what the Bible said. This is what God said. This is the truth. You can take those and use them as an opportunity to witness. But what's happening to a lot of people, a lot of Christians, or so-called Christians, I can't judge the heart, but what's happening with a lot of them is they're either just shutting their mouths or they're being swayed. They're being pulled over. You can go on the internet tomorrow. You can go on YouTube. And you can find video after video after video after video of so-called churches with drag queens reading to the kids, flying rainbow flags in front of their churches with big signs that says we are open and affirming. We all know what that means. You can't believe how much of this stuff is out there. And why? It's because the true church, the true born-again children of God, have been silent too long, have been pushed into a corner. No weapon formed against us can prosper. We have Christ on our side. When we stand up for Christ, Christ stands up with us. We have nothing to fear when we are on his side, because he is on our side. We need to quit being so timid. We need to quit being so backward. I know that's just some people's nature. But God can empower you if you seek God and you pray about it. God can empower you. God can use you. God can give you opportunity to witness. You may think these people are too far gone. There's nobody too far gone for Christ.
Right.
And you don't know who he may save. You don't know who your witness, your testimony, your presentation of the gospel may touch. You don't know. So we have to be out there presenting it. We have to be out there doing what we've been called to do. And people ain't going to like it, and people are going to call you names, and they already hate you. So you ain't going to make them hate you anymore. They hate you as much as they can now. And whether you know it or not, there's a lot of things going on that you don't know about. They're looking for ways to silence Christians. They are. They seriously are. They're trying, and this has been going on for quite some time, and I don't believe it'll be too much longer until they determine the gospel as hate speech. And if you speak it, you can be fined, or you can be jailed, your churches can be locked up, whatever. These are the kind of things they're trying to do. Believe me, they can't hate you any worse than they already do. So don't let that stop you from going out there where they won't like me, and they'll talk about me, and they'll do this, and they'll do that. Remember what Jesus said. If they hate you, they hated me first. We aren't to be like our Lord. Why did they hate him, and why would they hate us? Because we exposed their sin. And Satan doesn't want to be exposed. He wants everybody to think all of these things are just fine and dandy and they're okay. How many churches or church people has he gotten into and convinced them that, well, God's all right with this. God's all right with that. How many? He doesn't want it exposed. It's he can keep it the way that it is, he can take more and more and more souls to hell. We need to expose it. And like I said, some people are just, it's their nature, it's their personality, it's their character, not to be bold like that. But God can give you a boldness. God can fill you with the Spirit that will give you that kind of boldness and give you the words to speak and direct you. And I believe that not only does the church need revival, as I talked about this morning, for our sakes, we need it for the world's sake. The church needs a revival for the lost sake. Because we're failing. We're letting them down. We're not doing our job. We're not being the light, and we're not being the salt the way that we need to be. I'll stop there. That's it.